Welcome to the PanatrackerGP Did You Know video series presented by Panatrack. Panatrack offers mobile applications for inventory management. Our flagship solution, PanatrackerGP, is a solution designed and fully integrated with Microsoft Dynamics GP. In this session, we are spotlighting the difference between an inventory spot count and a stock count. These transactions are both designed to shore up any discrepancies between your GP database and what you physically have in your warehouse or stockroom shelves. First, we are going to take a quick look at the spot count. This is a transaction we actually built and put in place for a customer that needed to complete a quick check on the inventory quantity based on a specific bin location, with the ability to record the variance. We added this as part of our core inventory functionality and then discovered we have many customers that really liked this tool and started utilizing it. A spot count is designed to complete a quick count for a single item based on a specific location. Although initially designed for multiple bin tracking, if your parts and items have a specific single stock location for each site, it can also be used in that environment as well without the multiple bin setup. Let's take a quick walkthrough on the handheld of a spot count. As we mentioned, the spot count is a quick surgical count on a specific item for a specific location. So I'm going to go ahead and scan my first item that I'm going to do a quick count on and the location that I'm counting. You will now notice that the available quantity is automatically displayed in the screen for the user. This is one of the significant differences between a stock count and the spot count. The stock count will give you a blind count, where the spot count, we provide that data to the user. I can see that I have 254 available. We also have configuration options based on if you'd like to do this count against the available quantity or the on-hand quantity in Dynamics. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter in my quick count. You'll notice that the variance has been calculated based on the available quantity in Dynamics and the entry of my quantity. As an option, we can also display the calculation of the cost of that item. And also as a configuration, we have the ability to default a reason code and record that as part of the transaction in Dynamics. I have set up a reason code called spot count that I've got defaulted for me automatically. Once I've got this confirmed, the spot count is going to automatically create either the adjustment or the variance transaction back into Dynamics. This is saved in a batch for review and then processing. If you would prefer, an automated posting system can also be implemented to automatically process the posting of this transaction without any further review. A stock count is a more formal physical inventory transaction. Stock count schedules are set up in Dynamics. When the schedule is started, it captures the GP quantities that the count entries are going to be compared against. These are going to be compared against the on-hand quantities. Typically, inventory activities would be suspended during the count. This is a blind count, so the user on the device will not see the quantity that GP is expecting to see to compare against. We also have a few suggestions, such as creating a smart list view for your variances so that you're going to be able to review those efficiently. Many of our customers have also added the cost for a calculation to determine if it's worth going back to double check those variances and have a second count. Let's take a quick look on the handheld on how a stock count works. In Dynamics, you can have one or several stock counts started at one time. You can also set up your stock count schedules as a cycle count. We recommend that you talk to your Dynamics GP partner for more information on that. Because I only have one site associated with this particular count, it's going to automatically default for me. When I move to the bin field, you'll notice that I have multiple bins also defined as part of this count. We are also going to start introducing some visual icons for you to identify statuses. Currently, I have no count activity on any of these bins, therefore I have the little blue question mark status. Once a bin or an item is counted complete, we set a green check mark to identify that the count for that has been completed by one of the counters. Ideally, you want to have things barcoded, so I can walk up to my bin and scan my bin that I'm going to be counting. The same as with the bins, I have the ability to see here's all the items in that particular location that I need to count. As we mentioned, this is a blind count, so all of my count quantities are showing as 0. That displays the actual count completed. Because this is updating dynamics as stock count entry in real time, you can have multiple users scanning and entering in the counts, and the data and the information is going to be shared across the entire count team. As you can see, either with the lookup list or on the review screen, as my items have been counted, I see the count that I've completed. The green check mark indicates that a count is complete and verified on that particular item. However, if I go back and find more of the same item in the same location, I have the opportunity to simply add to the current count. We don't require any math for the users. We'll handle that on the device. In Dynamics, we actually are updating the stock count schedule in real time. The variances are automatically calculated and updated as the counts are completed. When all items for this count are complete, the inventory supervisor or the accounting team can go in and review the variances. As I mentioned, we also recommend creating a smart list report to make this job a little easier. Once all my variances have been identified and confirmed and updated, the stock count is processed in Dynamics, and at that point in time, that variance adjustment transaction would be completed through the Dynamics interface. For more information on the PanatrackerGP solutions, or for a copy of our stock count best practices, please contact us. We'd be happy to help.